comprises a lot of different breeds. So we try to refer to them as bully mixes, even though a lot of people want to call them pitty mixes because bully sounds antagonizing. So we're trying to get away from that language. But they run the gamut with temperament, with just as any breed does. We get the really sweet ones in and we get the really aggressive ones in. Unfortunately, they do have a bad rap, and unfortunately, they're the biggest overpopulation we see of any breed in our area, and for the most part across the nation. Some shelters out west have a Chihuahua problem, but they also do have a pit bull problem as well, of just too many of them in shelters, and oftentimes when we're getting them in, they're not in good health, or they've been abused and neglected. So those are difficult dogs to place. Depending on the month of the year, we run about 70 to 80% of the breeds that we get in our bullies or bully mixes.
Okay.
So it's the vast majority of what we're getting in, and we find that the biggest reason for that is that those are the people that we have not been able to target with spay-neuter. We've been able to target a lot of people in getting their animals spayed and neutered and not reproducing. Unfortunately, a lot of people just want to continue to breed pit bulls either as guard dogs or they want to make money off profiting with them. So that's what we see as the biggest issue right now. The pit bull problem is definitely a nationwide issue. I mean, I've been in shelters in Texas where 90% of what they have on their adoption floor is pit bulls, and the same thing in New Jersey. So it crosses all regions of the country as well as all demographics and socioeconomic areas as well. And they tend to be the hardest dogs to place because they do tend to come in either sick or abused or injured, that kind of thing. And they're the hardest dog to find appropriate owners for because of either breed bans or restrictions in rental properties, or just generally, people having misconception about their temperaments. It's both. There are puppies that are born that are highly aggressive, and there are cases that have been done around the country of dog fighting and that kind of thing. There was a national case that was over 400 dogs, and when they seized them, they're putting them in very controlled situations, and they're in foster care essentially. And they've even seen puppies kill other puppies at a very young age, but those dogs for generations had been bred for that type of aggression. The dogs that we typically see in the shelter environment might not have had the best genetics to start with, so that nurturing goes a long way with them. But it's one of those things. You breed two social dogs together, and you're going to get social puppies for the most part. So we do our best to evaluate the dogs that we do get in here, so that we're placing only the best of the best as ambassadors for the breed. We have far more bully breeds than we possibly have people looking to adopt them, and that's the unfortunate part. A lot of people either live in a place where they can't have them because of a landlord issue, they don't have homeowners insurance that can cover them, and so it decreases the number of people walking through our door that could even potentially own one, and that's the conundrum.
I don't have a problem with pit bulls at all. I think they're absolutely wonderful dogs. My friend has a huge pit bull, and he's the biggest baby you will ever meet. Oh. He's a lap dog.
Yeah, usually they are. And the fact that my dog is a pit bull, would you ever be afraid of her playing with your dog?
No, absolutely not.
And if another pit bull was here at the park who might have been more aggressive, what would you have got?
I mean, as long as their owners are controlling them, and I don't think aggressive and dominant dogs are supposed to be at the dog park anyway. If it's a very dominant dog, it doesn't need to be here no matter what breed. Yeah. But I don't have a problem with pit bulls at all.
Okay.
I actually used to have pit bulls, and I've been around pit bulls like most of my life growing up, and it's just a lot about basically how you treat a dog. It's not really the dog itself. I guess most people, once they get to know a dog, hey!
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. That's another big thing with any dog. Honestly, you gotta socialize them.
Exactly. And do you think that the media portrays pit bulls in a certain way to make them the perpetrator rather than the victim in certain instances?
I think, yeah, actually, I can definitely say that. I remember seeing back in, I grew up in South Florida, and you'd see all the time, you'd see like pit bull attack everywhere, and it's just, it led to the banning in South Florida. You can't have a pit bull down there legally, you have to basically hide them. And so, it's just very unfortunate, but the media does portray them as very vicious animals, even though they're not necessarily.
Exactly. And the fact that you see my dog and she looks nothing like a pit bull, would
Exactly.
you feel threatened by her or no? Because
No,
she's not.
yeah, exactly, and we have never said it, I would never have known.
Exactly.